Hi guys, welcome to the Build Crew 2.0. This is Team 1, Part 2. During the recording of this video, my counterpart Ray, which you see in the lower left-hand corner, well, he's in Hawaii having some fun. He's on a vacation. So, he's in spirit. So follow me through the process of how I build the county courthouse. Our build, which is this building right here. So as we proceed with this build here. Yeah. And now being a newbie, this is maybe my first time doing editing. So bear with the edits, and we'll proceed. Enjoy our build, and thanks for watching. Have a great day. Okay guys, we're now back to the Crew Build 2.0. I am getting ready to prep parts for primer. So I have all the little, I guess the accessories to the building. So I'm going to prep a bit of this stuff here so I can primer these parts before I glue them on. So I'm going to remove some of these sprues so I can give them a good primer paint before, and then we'll paint them with some color. So I'm going to work on that. And here we get going to it. So I'm just going to cut away some of the excess sprue. Leave it, part of it attached. Just cut this out of here. Knife, I need a new knife, I think. There we go. Get rid of this one. Turn it over this way. So get rid of that. That one's ready. Let's get some of these little spurs off here. These are a little bit finicky. And this is the flagpole over here. So that's pretty well ready to primer. Get out of the way. Now the roof section, I got the there's some small little details here. I'm going to glue those on before we primer because they're kind of tiny, and so we'll put some glue on and shove you in here. Just like that. A bit of glue on here. just like you. These parts have actually locator pins in them, so it makes it a bit easier for gluing it on. So we will get ready to primer this up. So that's ready for primering. Now, as far as the building is concerned, I'm going to mask the inside and the joints. So when we glue up the main building, we won't have to worry about that too much. Because I don't want, we're going to glue in windows in the back, and so I'm not going to paint that right away. And I'm just using painter's tape. Now you can use Tamiya tape right here, but this is fairly expensive, and you just take this tape here and just cut it on your cutting board like that, and cut it off in sections, just like that. And boom. So let's see how we make up with this. And I don't know if you'll be able to see me doing this because my head's in the way. Let's try switching cameras. There we go. Made that feel better. Okay guys, I'm back. So I have everything, all the parts all masked. So I'm going to start primering this. Now I am using, this is called acrylic polyurethane surface primer made by Vallejo. It's an acrylic primer which I'm going to airbrush on. And when I mixed it into the spray cup, I added a few drops of airbrush flow improver. It helps slow down the drying time of it. So we're gonna give this a go. So here we go. I'm gonna leave the fan off, it's noisy. Dry. Let's do this half. Still lots of paint left. Now let's do this part here. So this completes most of the primering. I still got to do the roof and the other part of the building. Okay guys, we are back. We had a bit of a camera issue. So I'm into the part of painting the final two parts of the build. Let that dry for a bit and we'll come back to flip it over. Detail parts here. So that working good way, and we'll flip this on its back here. Okay guys, now we're going to start painting color. I'm going to be working on the roof part right now. Well, that's the first coat. Okay guys, now we're going to start doing some detail, some more color on the small parts. So this is actually the cannon. That takes care of the can. And these are the awnings. I'm going to be having these panels. That takes care of the detail, those parts. And we'll pause for now. That looks pretty good. Now, the front detail here. See that? That looks pretty good. Now, the other part. There's that. Okay, I did a color change. Now I'm going to be painting the doors and the windows at the back of the building. Because of the courthouse, I figured they should be like a dark gray. The bars. So that's what I'm going to paint. Let that dry for a bit. And we'll paint the downspouts same color. That's it for the gray. Okay, that's all we can do for now until that dries. Okay guys, now I'm just getting ready to do some detail painting on the windows. So I'm going to it makes it easier to paint the window with a spray airbrush than trying to brush it, and then we'll hand brush the details, trim around later. So we'll see how this works out. Well, that worked pretty good. You can see that. Now I let that dry, and we'll start painting the brickwork, and that'll be done by a hand brush. So there you can see that there. You can see the airbrush gets into the details better than using a brush. So we got a bit more to do here. There, that looks good. And we'll do this one here. This has got no more trick here because of the details in the brickwork here. But we'll give it a shot. Around that little bit. There. Pretty good. Now the back side's a bit easier. Not much detail in the back of the building. So let's take all the windows. So we sprayed all those. Now I did some paint work on the back for the jail portion of the building. So that turned pretty good. Now let that dry and we'll come back and we'll start doing some hand brush work. Okay guys. Okay, now I have everything's all painted. Now most of the building I painted with an airbrush, but I had to do a lot of this brickwork with a brush. It's glued together as an assembly. I touched up the corners with a brush. All the other pieces are painted. Lights, things like that. This was all airbrushed. A lot of the detail parts have been painted. There's the roof detail pieces, awnings, another awning here, other attachments. I did the cannon, which is right here, and the camera view here, and this is the ladder for the back of the building. This part here was very delicate. So as far as other details, the paints I used Model Master burnt sienna for the walls. I used a Tamiya NATO brown for the detail work. Windows were another Model Master paint. The color was dark tan. I did the doors with a deep green Tamiya paint. The gray on the back, the doors was a dark gray by Tamiya.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. I was playing around with StreamYard today a little bit in between our schedule because I don't know if you ever haven't heard, but we're putting our house on the market.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
So it'll be an interesting thing. We don't know yet what kind of mess we're getting ourselves into.
I was there a couple of years ago, so I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah, but right now we're in a very, very hot market right now. In fact, we want a townhouse. There's only one townhouse available in our area. That's it.
Jeez.
And they're going for serious money.
Yeah.
So now I figured out before I was playing around this afternoon, I was having a conflict having Logic Capture open and StreamYard. The two didn't commute. So I took Logic Capture out and using StreamYard to access the cameras. And that seems to be working pretty good.
Yeah, I never had any issues with it using the Logitech into the StreamYard, but okay.
Well, both cameras are working. I can switch it. I'll show you. I'll go in here and I'll switch it. I'll switch cameras here. So this is the camera on my laptop.
Okay.
And this is the camera for the that's over my build.
Okay.
So we can switch around back and forth.
Okay.
As we see fit.
All right.
So there we go now. So so I've had believe it or not, I've had this thing done for about 3 weeks.
Well, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I wasn't worried about that. I could have went further, but then I wouldn't have anything for tonight. So I left it alone because I probably need about a couple hours and I can button it all up.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as far as I can switch cameras around, but I've got everything. The main building is done.
Okay.
So I'm going to switch camera. You can see what I've done. And we'll look that way. We can still chat. So hang on.
Nice.
So that's where he is now. So what I did, I decided to paint the corbels and the brickwork in a dark brown color.
Right.
And I hand brushed all the brick. It was too hard to mask up. But on the back of the building, I made a change. I decided the back of the building being like a jail, I painted all the doors in a dark gray.
There you go. There you go.
On the bars. And so I did that. Now I airbrushed a lot of the windows and the trim work. And then I just touched it up afterwards with a brush.
There you go.
Doors I painted green. If you can see like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's the building.
Man, I tell you what, now that we're, unfortunately, now that we became the last ones to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
But I tell you what's really fascinating, and it's one of the things that I mentioned in the comments on Roy's video, was I really can't wait for the 27th to roll around.
Yes.
So that we can actually see each other's kits side by side, because it's going to be, I've seen bits and pieces of what JD's got going and what Rick's got going and what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've seen all three of yours, yours and Nisi's and Roy's.
Yes.
And the way that each of us tackled this thing, and what's really fascinating is this was nowhere near as a hard of a build per se as the bridge was. The painting was the pain in the butt, and I think it's one of the things that Roy and JD brought up, Saturday evening was the bigger part of this was the painting.
Yeah, in the beginning, but once I figured out a plan for the painting, I found it very easy. It was time consuming, yes.
Yes.
But
Yes.
once I got a technique and how I did it, because I airbrushed everything, all the detail stuff. If you look, I could point my pencil here. My little broken Rick stick here.
Well, you could also go ahead and make yourself bigger in StreamYard too. If you look down at the bottom, yeah, so that way people can see. That way they're not looking at me because I don't matter.
Is that the one there?
Well, it hasn't switched yet.
This one, no.
Yeah, there you go. See,
there we go.
We're learning.
Yeah, that's right. So here, pointing the pencil to this side here, the camera's in view here. I painted all this stuff here, airbrushed it.
Right.
And all the top part here, I airbrushed all that.
Okay.
But I masked it off to stop the bleed through. Then I went through with a brush and touched it all over the brush with this brush I have in my hand here.
Okay.
This is called a Folk Art Legacy. It's called an Angular Shader 1/4-inch brush.
Okay.
That was my best brush I ever had. I really liked it, and I broke it. And I had to fix it, and I fixed it.
There you go.
So I airbrushed the doors, and I did during a green. What I use this. Most of the paint is Tamiya, but I also bought some of this Model Masters acrylic paint, and it's burnt sienna. That's the color of the brick I did.
Okay.
And actually, the dark brown, that is NATO brown. So it's an aircraft color, believe it or not.
Okay.
So, so that's the building. See if you can see. So that's the roof detail there. Now, as far as the detail, I'll put the cannon on the roof. You see the cannon. The cannon is done. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah. So now I went politically correct. I painted my little guys. I just airbrushed them gray. I'm not gonna paint. I decided they're gonna be like a shadow effect in the building. I'm not gonna be. They'll be like statues.
Okay.
That way, I can't be complaining about I painted them the wrong skin color and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So I put that, and I painted all the pipe work.
Okay.
Now, I gotta touch these up once I install them because there's parts still in the sprue that are not painted.
Yeah, and that's what I did with mine too. I went ahead and painted them because it was just a lot easier. Because otherwise, then you're touching it and possibly putting your fingerprints on it. Yeah, it just became too much of a mess.
The only part that I thought was difficult, that was the ladder.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I did glue it together and I did paint it. I did the flagpole. I painted that in gray. It's now I haven't done any decaling yet. I'm not sure what decal is going to go on yet, but I got to do the decals yet on the 3 pieces once I get it all installed, I guess.
Right. Yeah, the decals, which are pressed, they're the press type.
Yes.
That I had one heck of an issue trying to get the flag on the flagpole.
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, word of advice, take your time.
Yeah.
Because the thing, because of the fact that flag is rippled,
yeah,
it's got the wave in it.
Yeah.
You can't lay that sheet across it and rub it like you normally. You got to be real careful and make sure it doesn't shift on you. And that was the problem that I had. I actually ruined 3 of the 4 flags before I actually got it right.
Well, there's more than one flag in the box?
There's 4 of them, yeah.
All
There's 4 there's 4 decals for it, 1 for each side.
Okay.
So you can. I think it's like, well, it's two pairs.
Okay.
So what I did is I tried one, screwed it up, tried another, screwed it up, tried another, got that one kind of okay, and then I've got another one that I actually got on there right,
Okay.
and that's the one that'll be facing everybody. The other one I really don't care about because it's going to be facing the backdrop.
Well, I haven't decided. I just may paint my flag generic color and not worry about a nationality.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, James, that looks good, man. And this is one of the things too, is I knew that the model part of this wasn't going to be the problem. We talked about that before.
Yes.
It was going to be the video editing and the StreamYard side, and the technology side was what you and I needed to really mentor you on. So well, I think I've done an all right job.
I figured out to do some basic editing. Now, I'm going to move my chair a bit. I got a couple of pieces here. I'm going to touch up while we're yapping a bit.
Okay.
Because I figure I'll do some painting. There's a few spots on here. Can we see this on the camera? There we go. And so that's how I touch these little parts up here.
Yeah, wait until you see what my rooftop structure or my rooftop details look like, because they came out a rather interesting color.
Okay.
I was trying to make them look a rusty color. Well, that didn't really come out that way.
Well, I tried doing some brick details too for the toning, but I didn't like it, so I bypassed it.
One of the things that I wanted to do with mine is I wanted to go ahead and put the mortar lines in like
Nisi did?
Nisi and Roy did.
Yeah.
And when I went to do that, it started taking the paint off the building.
Oh, okay.
So I decided, I'm like, you know what? No, we're not going to do this because I don't want to screw up the building.
Yeah. So.
Oh yes, the dumpster.
Yeah, well, the airbrush, but I missed a few spots, so I'm just touching up a few little bits on that.
Oh, trust me, James. Like I've been telling you all, you know, here it is. I painted mine completely by hand, every last bit of it.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. I really like the airbrushing.
Well, one of the things that's come up since, and I really wish I would have talked to Rick ahead of time, was that he had actually told me that the booth that he uses doesn't need to be vented outside, as long as you're using water-based paints. If you're using solvent-based paints, obviously you do want to vent that.
Well, I got similar paint booth that Rick has, because I did watch a few videos and I bought it online. I don't vent it outside, but I only paint with acrylic paints.
Right, exactly. As long as you're painting with water base, you're fine.
That's right.
So I'm actually right now in the market looking for a paint. I'm probably going to get the same booth as you guys got, and I'm probably going to go ahead and upgrade my my airbrush at the same time. So we'll see what happens. I've got more projects to work on, so I've got more time to screw things up.
What I did with mine, I went and bought some corrugated corrugated, and I cut a new panel to put inside the airbrush booth so I can take it away and throw it away and do a new one.
Gotcha.
And I made it come out a bit further so you had more of an area to work on.
Right.
Yeah, I already turned the fan on, but the fan's there. But I play with my airbrush. I really like it. It's a Grex. I bought it used, and I think I paid about $350 for it, Canadian used. That included the air compressor.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I had to buy some extras because the girl, I have a lid for mine. You can't see it here, but it's a little lid here.
Mm-hmm.
She lost the lid. Well, after I bought it, but 6 months later, she found it and she put it in an envelope to mail it to me. Well, that little piece of metal went through the Canadian Post Office machines and probably destroyed her machine. All I got was the envelope, an apology from Canada Post. I didn't get the lid. I bought the lid from a place in the U.S. So, but yeah. So other than that, I'm quite pleased with the build.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good.
All the detail stuff is all painted, except for the. So there's that's some of the roof details and the vent details.
Yep.
Airbrushed. The platforms for the concrete platforms, they're all done. And the signage for the front of the building, they're done. I glued in all the glazing. That took a while to figure out how to put it in because the stuff wasn't that clear. So I managed to get it in.
Yeah, that glazing fought me a couple different times.
Yeah.
I thought I had one piece of it glued in real well, and the next thing I know, I was doing some touch up on the outside, and the glass came out, and I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Now the only thing I have, I glued the lid in, and when I put it in, the one section of the roof popped up on me. I didn't glue 100%, but you can't tell.
Believe it or not, but the roof in my building is still removable.
I glued mine in. It ain't coming out.
Yeah, the only reason why I did that is because eventually I might decide to put a second floor into it.
Oh, okay.
And put lighting into it. So I didn't want to make that roof solid yet, because if I decide to do that, then I'm going to have a heck of a time putting lighting in there. So,
right.
You know, I just kind of it's kind of like, it's a bit of a pain because of the way that it sits, you know, because of the fact that the back of the building, you got to go up underneath the chimneys, but it will pop back out. It's
yeah. Well, I decided not to.
But yeah, it's your building. That's the whole point behind this build, was that, you know, we're going to showcase you three, you know, Nisi and Roy and you, how you guys do builds, and of course, you know, Rick, JD, and I, we're going to go ahead and throw obviously our hats in there, and we'll see what comes out on the 27th.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. One thing I'm not sure how to create is what you call a thumbnail. I've never done that before. So
see, the thing is now with Filmora, they give you an actual option to actually take a snapshot of your video as it's going by to make the thumbnail.
The other one might do too, but I just not. I'll see how it works, how it makes out. Cause I gotta get this done. So this will be downloaded from YouTube. After I did the test with Nisi, and I didn't realize it was in a different spot. I did find it, so I know how to capture it. Cause Rick helped me for that. So we're doing that part is good. I think I got an eye. I actually have the video all done.
Right. Well, what you know, the other thing that you could do, James, is with Logitech, you could bring up your normal camera, you know, your video, your 920 or your 922.
Yeah.
And there is an option in there to take a still picture.
Okay.
So you could take that still picture of your building and then just upload that when you start uploading the video to YouTube for the premiere, you could go in there and go and click on thumbnail, and then go find that picture and put that in as the thumbnail. Okay,
I could try. I'll try that.
Yeah.
I may have to do if I go there, I might just take my tablet.
There you go. That would be easy too.
What's that?
That would be easy too. Just use a tablet to take the picture.
Yes, and I can tablet figure something out.
Or your phone.
I'll figure out something. We'll see how it works out. If it doesn't go, I'm not too worried about it.
You know, hey. That's the fun of this.
Right.
To try to figure it out.
Well, I figured out a lot. I think I did pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now everything. So my layout is coming apart. Eventually.
Well, that was the funny thing. When I went to sell my house, our real estate agent came in, and she went down the basement, looked at it, and went, "Yeah, this is gonna go."
Well, my agent said, "Well, wait, don't take it down right away." No, I won't take it down right away. So maybe the people will buy it how they want it, but I don't know. I'm not gonna. It won't come apart until it's sold.
Right.
and then we have to see, because we don't want to buy ahead of time and then sell, because it's too risky.
Yep.
So we're gonna sell it. We're hoping to put it in the market by the end. We're hoping to end mid-April.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the prime, and then we'll go from there.
Right.
And
right.
I was running a train because you were delayed, so I went and turned my train on. Ran a train for a bit.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, you heard. That's my. It's an SD75i CN Athearn Genesis.
Gotcha.
That's a nice locomotive. It runs nice.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I think we're doing good. I gotta glue my cannon back on. It fell off, so I'll glue that and touch that up, and so I'll have this all buttoned up, finished by the 27th. That's my dad's birthday too.
Oh.
And,
all right.
And the American. The American flag. Believe it or not, you don't know this, but like I really like the American flag. But I'm a Newfoundlander, and believe it or not, my grandfather's land was an American military base during WW2.
All right.
Because Newfoundland wasn't part of Canada back then; it was a British colony. And I really, really like that. I'm a Canadian, but I like the American flag, and I really love the U.S. Navy. They have the power.
Oh. All right.
So, anything else you want to ask? Questions? Anything?
No, like I said, man, that looks great. I mean, you did a heck of a job with that. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to how you splice everything together and what your build video actually looks like Saturday night.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
But yeah, we go ahead and you get that done. We'll be looking forward to that, and then obviously looking forward to the reveal on the 27th. So
yes, that's at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
That's 8 o'clock. The Sidetrack Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
That's your live stream, right?
Yep, that'll be on my channel. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that'll be my live stream, and then once that live stream's over, obviously it'll go over to the Build Crew channel, just now, like everything else.
How do we get to the Build Crew channel?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure of that part.
Okay, I will send you the link to the actual channel. You'll have to, and what the sign in or what the login is for it.
Okay.
So it'll just be like if you would have to. One of the things that I've been doing, and I know there's other ways of doing it. In fact, Rick knows how to do the other way, where you can actually be logged into both at the same time, your channel and that channel.
Okay.
But what I've been doing is I've been shutting my channel off and then logging into the Build Crew and then uploading whatever I need to do. And once I'm done, then I shut that back down and then go back into my channel.
So just upload the same video again. That's all.
That's it. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're just the only thing you're doing is you're uploading the first video goes to your channel. The premiere at 7 o'clock on Saturday.
Yes.
And then once the premiere is over, is say sometime like around noon on Sunday.
Yeah.
Then you actually go into the YouTube Build Crew channel and upload it again. But that just gets built. That just gets put up as a normal video at that point.
Okay. Sounds good that way.
Yeah, it's just a repository for the videos that we're doing.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So other than that, it's been a decent build.
Yeah.
There's some interior stuff like black stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that stuff.
I didn't, like I said, because of the fact that I'm planning on putting a second floor to mine. I'm not using that divider.
Oh, I'm not going to put it in. I'm just going to glue on the detail stuff, finish it off, the lights and all the little trinkets and my gray statues and.
Yeah, I tell you what, those little lights were a pain in the rear end.
I sprayed them they're all one color. If you can see this.
Okay.
Made them all one color. The propane tanks, same color. And Even the police officers are all gray. They're gray statues. And that's right. Well, I like things simple, and
Right. Right.
detail work is in the building. I
Right.
see a few spots I'll touch up here and there, but no one's going to see it.
Right.
And one thing we want to point out too, my building was donated by a hobby store near home.
Okay.
It was a donation, and we haven't decided how or what as far as.
No, we haven't. Yeah, we haven't figured out how we're going to work the contest thing yet, but we'll figure that out.
We haven't figured out detail. We'll figure it out later, but that was the plan, I guess. We'll just see how it goes. But once this weekend is done, I have maybe another video to do, but I'm on full tilt for house. We have a lot of stuff to do, and it's going to be nonstop. Yep. And I have to go to Cambridge twice a week for my mother-in-law, and she's about 5 minutes from Sparky's house. So close she is to Sparky.
Nice.
And she does things she shouldn't be doing, and she's sore, but she's 92. But we can't be there 24/7.
Right. Right.
And
yep.
So I'm trying to deal with this stupid COVID crap, and
yeah, been there, done that.
Been there, done that too.
Yep, been there, done that. Got the T-shirt burned.
I'm just trying to keep myself busy, but it's cold up right now. Night before last it was wind chill with minus 30 Celsius.
Yesterday, here it is. We got back from vacation, and Tuesday, it was Thursday. Thursday, the high here was 18 with a 17-degree wind chill.
That's warm than correct us.
Yeah, but it was 1 degree.
But they had the east coast of the U.S. and Canada got hit by a big snowstorm too.
Yeah, well, thankfully it missed us.
Yeah, it missed us too.
Yeah, we got some of it, but it was mainly flurries. But yeah, our eastern shore got hammered.
Well, that snowstorm we had about 3 weeks ago, we broke the record from 1978. We had 41 centimeters, which is about 16 inches of snow.
Jeez. Yeah.
16 inches. I didn't work. I didn't worry about it. I just
you weren't going anywhere anyway.
No, I didn't go anywhere. Well, I don't have to go anywhere. No, I only go where I have to now. I go, haven't been to the paint store in a while. Nothing's come in, but my GP9s from Arthur and Janice should be here in about 2 weeks.
Nice.
They're nice little beauties. Toronto, Hamilton, Buffalo. I have every diesel that Toronto, Hamilton, Buffalo ran. Every one of them.
Nice.
And lots of rolling stock too. It's more. I'm looking for more, but they haven't done much new stuff.
Gotcha.
But, yeah. I think we're okay, Ray. We'll see how wait. It's going to take a day or two for this to download from YouTube.
Yep.
And so hopefully by Wednesday, today is Monday, so Wednesday should be hopefully there. Now I know where to look for it. I'll download it, add it to my clip.
Yep.
Chop a little bit off in there and throw it in.
That's
I probably won't do much editing. We're going to get all the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Got to keep the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I got to show you something.
Uh-oh.
Because you went around.
Yeah, I noticed that Roy got rid of his beard.
Yeah, this is the Ray though. This is Ray.
Oh no.
This is you, buddy. Don't choke on it. That was
man.
the mentor in the background.
Oh, goodness.
So we've been on here for about 30 minutes.
Yep.
And so I think we'll cut it off here. I think we're okay. I'm going to probably use this entire clip, our conversations, and remind everybody at the end of this show, we'll be able to see our live on February 27th, 2022 on Ray's channel, and the big reveal.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the big reveals. That ought to be a blast.
Well, you heard the word off-track Sunday, sidetrack Sunday. We fell off the rail Sunday. We didn't make it to the caboose Sunday. We're in deep trouble.
Oh yeah, I've got a feeling that show on the 27th is going to be all sorts of sideways before it's all said and done.
Yes, it will.
With this crew, absolutely.
So let me go on. Let me change it to the other screen before we get away here.
All right.
There we go. We're full size now for the last minute. So any final thoughts, Mr. Ray?
No, I mean, like I said, man, you did a heck of a job with the build. Which, like I said, the build I knew wasn't going to be too much of an issue. It was going to be the technology side, which you've done like the rest of us have. You know, with a little bit of help from me. You know, you've fought through it. You've learned.
Yep.
And you know, we'll see what happens. And good job, man. Great job.
Yes. So no, I'm quite pleased with it. We'll do the rest up and over the next couple of weeks, and I'll see about trying to record what I do, but I don't know yet because I might not have time to literally do any upgrades, because once this move is going to take every bit of energy I got.
Yeah.
Full time now.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
And we're purging too to get rid of what we don't need. Donating here, donating there.
Yeah, we like I said, we did the same thing when we moved a couple years ago.
Except for the trains. That doesn't get that. Well, the only thing I might have to lose the layout itself, I rebuild a new one, because if I have to store stuff, it'll cost me more than the plywood's worth. Right. So I'll find homes for it. I'll donate it. People who need some wood, here, come get it. I'm gonna take it all apart, and I'm gonna try and find a place I can store it. Right. That's free, but we don't know yet. Right. I have lots of friends to help. There you go. So you're too far away to come help. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. You're down in Maryland. You know, not that bad. But not too bad. Close to talk anyhow. Yeah. That's one thing about this YouTube thing. We can talk it all over the world. That's it. You know, that's it. Trains. Nothing but trains. Well, unless, of course, it's my sidetrack Sunday, then we talk about everything else. That's why it's called Ray's Sidetrack Sunday. There's a reason for that word. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Okay, sir. Thank you. Not a problem, James. Thank you. And I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. And we'll thank everybody for watching our build crew. Yeah. You know, and on to see what happens next. Yeah, on to the next, buddy. You have a good night, and thank you. Yep. Thanks to all our viewers for watching us. And we'll go. We'll see you. Okay, buddy. Good night. Night.